YouTube, it's me, Bergie, and I am here with a book haul unboxing kind of thing. But before I get into it, as you can see, I'm back home. I'm gonna be here for a couple of days, and then probably by the time you actually see this video, I'll be home for the winter break. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to film as much as I can somewhere here, but we'll see how that goes. Also, I am recording on my phone because I stupidly forgot to bring my camera charger, even though I brought my camera home. So if I look like a little off center, that's because I'm looking at myself, which I hate doing, but I might not be able to control it because there's a big screen with me just right there, and it might just happen. But yeah, as I said, I'm going to be hauling some books. All of these books I had gotten from BAM, or Books A Million, during their Cyber Monday sale. So I ended up buying 17 books for $170, and 6 of those 17 books were hardcover. So I thought that was a great deal, and I usually don't buy a lot of books, so I kind of justified getting that many books and spending that much money. Usually I won't, because I don't have that kind of money to just throw on books all the time. So there were sales, so I decided to get some books, and these are mostly books that I have either read already or have read the first book in a series or something like that, or they're just hard to find, so I decided to buy them instead of waiting to get them at a library, which I haven't been able to find them there. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the books. So in this first box, let's see. Can't get them out. Okay. So the first thing I see is the first 3 hardcover books I got, and that is, oh, you can't really see it. I got A Court of Thorns and Roses, the box set. Even though I rated this kind of meh, these books are crack, and I enjoyed them, and I'll probably read them again, especially when the second part to the series comes out. So yeah, I'm excited to have these, and my mom also reads them, so it was good to have, because she'll read them probably again too. Nope, that might help a little bit. It might be a little awkward. Let's see if you can see this better. Yep, much better. So yeah, I got that. And then let's see what else. So the next book that I have is The Just City by Jo Walton. This is something that, what's her channel? Books in Pieces or something like that? I'll have it linked down below, but she had talked about this book, and this is apparently based around Plato's Republic, which includes a utopian society. So this is actually if the utopian society existed. So I'm excited to see how this turns out, and obviously, well, maybe not so obviously, but I've been talking about dystopian books a lot, so I wanted to get a utopian in there, so I'm excited to read this one. The next book I'm super excited about, it is Secret Machines: A Fire Within by Tom DeLonge and AJ Hartley. And yes, it is that Tom DeLonge from Blink-182, or who used to be from Blink-182 and is now in Angels and Airwaves, I think that's his band's name. But yeah, so I read the first book, which is Secret Machines: Chasing Shadows, in November, and spoiler, I really enjoyed it, so I immediately had to pick up the second book. So I'm super excited to read this. I don't know when exactly I'll pick it up, but probably soon, because it was really, really good. And I don't know if there are any more books in this series. I don't know. This book is kind of big, so maybe it will get summed up and finished in this one. But if not, I'm excited to get the others. This was such a great series, and I was really nervous about starting it because I didn't know how Tom DeLonge would be. And honestly, I don't know how much he's written, or if it's just his idea that AJ Hartley took it into and wrote. But yeah, I was super nervous about it. But thankfully I loved the first book, so I'm excited to continue with the second book. Now the last book in this package I think is the third book, so I'm gonna kind of spoil another book that I had got in the other box. But it is The End of the World by Maggie Hall, and it's a Conspiracy of Us novel. I think one of the first books of 2018, that I read was A Conspiracy of Us. And I heard that it was kind of the young adult version of Dan Brown's Robert Langdon series, and that got me intrigued. And I read it expecting it to be cheesy because it was a YA book. It definitely was, but I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would, and I think I read the first book in a day, and this book looks short, and if this is the last one, yeah, I think it is the last one. It's also quite short, so I can knock this out probably in a day as well, so I'm excited to see how the rest of the series goes. I don't know if I'll have to reread the first book. I might just look up a summary and then continue on with the rest of the series, but I'm glad to have this so I can pick it up right when I feel like finishing it. Okay, so now to the second box, which is also just as big. Okay, so the first book I see in here, if I can get it out, is the second book to that series, which is Map of Fates. Again, enjoyed the first book, really can't wait to get to the second book, so I have it so I can get to it whenever I'm ready. Another book that I've also been wanting to read for a while is Armada by Ernest Cline. I read Ready Player One, I think fall of 2017, and I really, really liked it, so I kind of wanted to see if I liked Ernest Cline as an author, if it was just like a one-time deal. So I got this, and I can't wait to read it. This also seems like it's a very nostalgic 80s-ish kind of book, but it seems less futuristic and more something that could happen now, I feel like. But yeah, I'm excited to pick this one up as well. Okay, so the next two books in here that I see, I'm really excited about as well, and they look beautiful. I knew they would, but they're just so much more beautiful in person. But I have The Diviners and Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray. They are the first and second book in her, what is this series called? The Diviners series? So yeah, I have the third book because I immediately went out and bought it when it came out in 2017 and devoured it. It was such a good book. And I didn't have the first two, so I decided to finally pick them up, and I got them in the matching covers because I actually think these are the prettiest of them. I just hope that they continue to print these books and these covers, because I know with this series they have a tendency to change the covers every time a new book comes out, and I really hope that doesn't happen because I like these. These are really nice covers. But yeah, so I have these now and I can reread them, which I really want to reread them soon, but I think I should wait until we find out more information on the fourth book, because on Goodreads, I've been checking constantly because I want the next book to come out, but they don't even have a release date for it. They don't have a title. There's no information about this fourth book. So I'm nervous. I might wait until we get that information and then I'll put these up again, but I'm happy to finally have these, and I might make my mom read them, even though she likes to read books when all of the books in the series are out. But these are so good, and they're long, so it'll take her a while to get through them, so I think I might try to get her to read them. And now she can, because I have all three of the published books. Okay, let's see what else we have in here. Okay, so this is the other box set I got. If I can open it. So it is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. All three books. I read the first book, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, in the summer in anticipation of the Netflix movie that was coming out. And honestly, I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it when I read it. I'm not one to really like contemporary books, especially more romance heavy ones, or yeah, it's not my favorite genre. But this I actually really enjoyed. I thought it was the right amount of cheesiness. It was cute, and I just really enjoyed it. So I decided to get the other 2 books. Now, I'm probably not going to read them until the summer because I just feel like they're the perfect summer reads, but I have them just in case. And also, depending on when we find out the second movie is going to be made, because I'm pretty sure, or when it's coming out, because I'm pretty sure they already said that they are going to make the second movie at least. So I might wait until that. I might wait until the summer. We'll see. But I have them for when I'm ready. So I'm glad for that. So also spoiler, I started reading Brandon Sanderson this year, and I started with Elantris, which I was told was a standalone, but I recently found out that there is going to be a second book coming out in 2020, I feel like. So I was kind of pissed off because I couldn't pick up the second book right away. But yeah, I read this earlier. Well, actually it was October. A couple of months ago I read it, and I really, really enjoyed it, and I had borrowed it from the library, so I wanted to get a copy. And since the mass market paperbacks are only $9.99 or around that price, I was like, let's pick it up. We've got a good sale going on. Let's get it. Because I know also I'm going to want to reread it when the second book in this series comes out. So I picked up this, but I also picked up the next books in his Cosmere, I think that's how it's pronounced, series. So we have Mistborn, then I'm not sure which order these go into. The Well of Ascension, I think that's the second book, and then The Hero of Ages. I think the Mistborn series is the one that you're supposed to read second after Elantris, or it's the second published series that he has written. So I was planning on going to read these since I had already read this. So now I have them and I can just binge read them, which would be great. I've been wanting a lot of fantasy to just binge, and this will definitely do the trick, I hope at least. I don't really know much about the series, even though I know a lot of people talk about them on BookTube, but yeah, somehow I have prevented myself from hearing any spoilers or any mention of the series just in general, any summary of them. So I'm excited to jump into these when I'm ready, because at the moment I have so many book series that I need to finish, that I want to finish, so I don't know when I'll get to them, but I have all these books and I can read them whenever I want, so that's exciting. But those are all of the books that I bought from BAM during their Cyber Monday sale. I hope you enjoyed this video, and you can expect to see within the next year me talking about all of these books, because I'll have read them, because I don't want to keep a lot of books unread on my shelf. So yeah, that's my haul. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.